All right, yo, what's good? It's your boy Magic. We're back at it again. So this is gonna be the last video, at least for today. So we're gonna be watching one last video here. Fuck, we're gonna be watching two more. Damn it. I guess I get it while I'm tired. Cause I have to think about things critically and like provide insight. Reacting is, I've always thought of like be easy, but it's actually kind of difficult. Let's go though. So, video title is should sons be raised differently, fathers versus daughters? So, I guess this is I guess this is literally gonna be fathers, people that are fathers versus daughters, and think if they think that a son should be raised different. This is a stupid question, but that's just me.
My best
I think it's
friend
an
was
obvious
like,
yes.
"Oh, we had this brilliant idea. Let's get a place together." But my dad's not cool with it.
Human nature is like if they're living together, they're gonna hook up sexually.
Oh, never mind. I've seen this before. So we'll do this one. So, is eating animals wrong? Hunters versus vegans middle ground.
3 centuries from now, the world has been globalized and like agriculture can reach every corner of the globe. How would that affect, if at all, your views or your choices?
Am I going to be judged if I say not at all?
Hey, bro. What? It seems like he was the vegan. I'm just gonna say that outright. What is with people being like gay
vegan
people being gay and vegan?
I
What's up with that correlation that you're gay but you're also vegan? Like, holy fuck! It's like I just don't get it, bro. It's like you at that point you're fucking you want some people to like be so badly. It's like the same way like you see gay people and they'll wear like the craziest, most outrageous clothes and appearance and shit. It's like holy fuck! Like you're asking for me to say something like you could just genuinely go about your life and be normal and not stand the fuck out consistently. But you're trying, bro. You're actively fucking trying.
Could no longer think about eating something that was once living and breathing.
The primary thing that keeps me vegan is just always the animal liberation. The idea that
Sorry, I didn't want to say anything at all. Fuck all that bullshit, bro. It's a fucking moral high ground. Oh, I'm morally better than you, motherfucker. Like they always do that shit. I've noticed this a lot more. And this whole like woke used to actually stand for like just the truth, and now it stands for being like now it's basically woke is I'm a fucking better person than you are because I do this and you don't do that, which makes me better. It makes me morally better, and they'll sit there and they try to act like what like if you would be like, oh, so you think you're morally better, and they'll sit there and act like, oh no, but like if you really fucking ask them, you know how to like ask them questions and interview them and shit, you'll end up finding like yeah, they genuinely believe that they're morally fucking better, and it is fucking crazy to me. Like that's just stupid.
that we are trying to push our ideas onto others. That stereotype I've experienced the most.
Hunting is a very hard concept for people to understand. I am in Texas, it's a lot more acceptable, even though being a woman who hunts, people still, have a really hard time with that concept.
I feel like a lot of people think vegans are more effeminate. People will question your sexuality oftentimes.
I grew up in a rural village, living off the land. The way we live is in total respect to the animals, and I think there's so much that people do not know about indigenous culture.
My name is Danny. I'm queer, I'm vegan, and I'm multiracial.
Hi, my name is Don Marv.
He's the Illuminati thing where it's like a triangle and it's like this. That's what the fuck he is. He hit him with biracial, queer, basically gay, and a vegan. The three most fucking annoying characteristics put in one fucking person. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Jesus.
Evans. I've been a vegan for coming on 6 years now. I'm a freelance photographer and I recently moved to the LA area.
My name is Nina. I'm 24. I've been vegan for coming up on 5 years now.
Vegan is such a stupid concept because it's such a stupid first world bullshit thing to do, and it's so stupid.
And I'm a professional astrologer.
Hi, my name is Brittany. I'm Koyukon Dene from Alaska. I'm a first-generation college graduate, and I went to school in the California area, and I'm currently on a road trip visiting friends to learn whose land I'm on.
I am Carly, I'm from Texas. I'm a wife, a mom. I also do sales and marketing consulting.
The first prompt is, I care about animals' well-being. Walk forward if you agree.
Is that surprising to y'all that 2 hunters walked over?
I would love to hear why. Yeah, I would love to hear it.
Hunters have the utmost respect for animals. And I think that's a really hard thing for people to see. How can you love something and respect something that you kill? It's just a hard concept, right? Conservation is a big reason why I hunt. It not only provides food for my family, but I can shoot a certain number of deer each year, and that will keep that population and that herd thriving.
That right there, what she said, is really important because if let's just fucking pretend somehow we just didn't eat meat, or a majority of us we're gonna fucking not eat meat because we somehow we're able to fucking survive off doing that in large. You're just gonna end up having a shit ton of fucking animals now because they're gonna keep fucking populating, and now they have nothing to fucking control them. It's a stupid thing for you to do.
I guess I've never really came at this conversation from like a angle of vegans versus hunters. It's always vegans versus meat eater. So I understand in a sense the respect you have to what you're doing. I just know that I could never do that.
Yeah, and I think that for me is one of my maybe more bigger issues is
I stand by if you can't kill a fucking animal, you're a pussy. I stand by that.
not with vegans, but it's more people who eat meat but don't understand.
And that statement goes for people that eat meat as well. If you would genuinely sit there and struggle to kill a fucking animal, like a normal, for your culture, right? A normal animal for your culture, you're a fucking hypocrite. And you're a fucking pussy. And I stand by that.
Understand hunting. So you're going to eat meat that was slaughtered at a factory. But I can't just give a deer one swift, great bullet in the heart where it dies, out where it's supposed to die.
I was one of those people that said I could never even be vegetarian. Like I was probably like the people that you're describing, just, you know, not having a connection to what they're eating. I didn't think about it. And then as streaming services go, I found a little documentary through the suggestions.
But it changed your life.
And it changed my life. And like I remember I went to brunch that morning and I had like sausage and egg and like fried cheese. And then that night I watched this documentary. And so that's why I'm vegan, because I can't support like us as.
Yeah. That's the other thing too, is because vegans are so stupid as well, because bro, you were eating meat this whole time and all of a sudden now you're just moral high ground. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
An industry and as a populace, like removing the choice from that large of a swath of animal populations just because they're animals.
If there was a solution, like just the magic happens, the skies part, and
they do everything they can to try to make their fucking bullshit food taste like meat. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? It's so hypocritical in every sense.
all the meat is like done in a way that is humane. Would that make you more inclined to eat meat?
I think that you sort of get into the fundamentals of like, is it humane to kill something? I have to understand and respect and honor that, like in indigenous cultures, you know, there's many reasons why people hunt. We would all be remiss if we didn't admit that, you know, at a time in human history, like we needed animal protein.
Not at a time, still to fucking day. You need it. It's not a fucking question.
And animal meat to survive. But today, it's not necessarily a necessity.
I was being taught ethical hunting by an ethical hunter. And again, I think that's a harder concept here. Because trust me, like they're asshole hunters. But that's what I saw conservation and I saw ethical hunting and I saw why we do it and I saw the food. You know, I haven't bought beef. I mean, in 6-7 years.
Can I ask you a question that I'm kind of scared to ask?
And we'll see.
So you said that you're a mother, and if you think of like Bambi, do you ever consider the small baby animals that you're taking their parents away from them?
Okay. So Bambi doesn't exist. Right. That's a Disney movie. If a
Real woman right there. Real fucking woman, bro. Fuck these fucking Disney fairy tale bullshit, bro. We live in real fucking life. Let's think fucking critically for once. Holy fuck. Why is it such a hard concept for people nowadays?
a mom is there with her yearlings, you would never kill that mom, right? You wait until she kicks them out of the house.
And that's part of like ethical hunting.
That is like, yeah, no one really, like you wait until the babies are kicked out.
I learned from my Tlingit cousins, they're from the southeastern Alaska. They're the ones that invented the fish hook. It was so wide that only a full-grown halibut could get caught. It's a generational thought. You're not just thinking about, oh, I need food tonight. You're like, how do I make sure I protect their natural processes? When fish hooks are made now, anything can go out. So many of our pre-colonial traditions were staying in balance with animals, and we had so many practices that prevented overhunting. And the people who are living off the land, who are fighting for the land, are getting last priority. We're not allowed to fish if there's commercial fishing. We're constantly being watched and fined. It's constantly having land taken away. If you look at any community, it's constantly happening to them where they're told they're not allowed to do this or eat this. It's all connected, it's all a cycle.
Veganism is a privileged way of living.
I mean, duh.
If you have a choice of where you get to get your food and where it comes from, and even know.
Bro, a fucking supermarket is a fucking privilege. Like, you realize how many choices you have? Like, that shit is a hell of a privilege. Not even like kind of like, oh, it's a hell of a privilege.
Knowing about it is a privilege.
To have the choice to be vegan, that includes, makeup and clothing and all of these things. And, sustainable clothing, for example, is a top dollar if you're trying to buy it new. And thrifting is great, but some people don't even have access to that. And so I think that choice is a privilege and veganism is a choice.
I was born in Haiti, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, and the fact that my parents were able to leave with me when I was just like 1 year old into the States, like really shaped how my life would go. The lifestyle that I'm living is such a stark contrast from the.
I was gonna say, I actually hate that he's being a vegan after coming from Haiti. It's just such a bullshit thing to do. It's such a stupid, like, high class. I don't like it, you know what I mean?
People down in the Caribbean.
I feel like I have to talk about how veganism, especially in the States and especially in like the global West, has been totally co-opted by, like, I'm just gonna say it, by whiteness. Veganism shouldn't be a privilege, in my opinion, but it is. Like, the world that
The
we live
fuck
in
you
now.
mean it shouldn't be?
I don't know enough about being a vegan. I think of it as like something that rich white people do, but I don't know. I don't know any vegans. I don't know how much money it costs.
Yeah, a lot of people also from lower income backgrounds or areas, they also rely on fast food. And that stuff is really cheap because, as far as I understand, the government subsidizes meat and animal products much more than it does vegetables.
When we think about someone who
I was gonna say that makes more sense, but I guess not, because at the end of the day, fruits, vegetables, shit like that, that shit expires fast. Like, you don't really realize, because you've like, if you're someone like me, like, even though I've done like some camping type stuff, but like not even just that, like actually watching, I love watching a lot of survival type of like things. So nature, Discovery Channel, all that stuff, Animal Planet, I love it. Stuff like that is just super interesting, and it's you seeing just nature at work. And nature is fucking devious, bro. Nature is fucking, it hits, bro. You know what I mean? Like, nature hits hard.
has to work a low wage job to survive, you also have to think they're probably working more than one job possibly. You want the easiest meals. You want the highest calorie meals because you're working and you're burning so many calories. So when you're saying, why don't you eat more plant-based, you're asking them to change their shopping habits, you're asking them to spend more time, you're asking them
really
to
fucking them
educate
up.
themselves. And when you are working that hard,
And you're having them educate themselves on something that's so stupid and mundane. Like, bro, I can educate myself on how to build my fucking wealth. I have genuine issues. You want me to fucking think about eating plants, my like, what the fuck?
you have to numb yourself. You are eating to survive. That is
And I don't even understand the whole point of it. Is because, like, okay, the whole thing is that it's like, well, killing animals is because animals will cry and scream and they have families. Like, okay, well, like, scientists have already found out, like, you know, when fucking kill plants and shit, that, like, they literally will scream because you can't fucking hear it means you live with yourself better, than fine. But like, it's the same shit. Veganism is no fucking different. It's just you get to take this moral high ground, bro. And the more information is gonna come out throughout time goes on, you're gonna find out more and more shit about it. It's like, wow. And then it's probably not gonna get talked about in the media because obviously media has its own agenda, and people only like to believe what they want to believe. They'll fucking discredit like it. So.
Different than choosing what you're eating.
Totally. And it's not fair to like ask any of those people in survival mode to completely like shift their way of life and learn a whole new lifestyle. And I definitely agree with that. I'm just curious, like, if we were all born like 3 centuries from now, the world has been globalized and like agriculture can, how would that affect, if at all, your views or your choices?
Am I gonna be judged if I say not at all?
I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah, like I'm gonna eat meat. I don't wanna say there's no reason to not
Majority of people in this world eat.
eat meat, but there's maybe no reason for me not to eat meat.
I get it.
I'm feeling judged.
I'm not judging,
you
but
know-
I don't understand. I'll be honest, I don't
Yeah.
understand.
She's a W girl though.
Like I
Or
still
W
cry
woman, I'm sorry.
when I kill something. I mean, I love the animals, but
Oh, she cries? Was
they're
she?
still just animals. Like, it's okay.
I like that she.
Everyone-
What the hell? I'm sorry. I like that she fucking. So even though she cries, I think that's cool. That it's like it's the fact that she's a woman. She has her emotions, but she is able to at least keep that emotion at bay, at check, because it's about that survival aspect. And it's like, okay, whilst I still cry, I recognize that it's just an animal. Holy fuck.
It's true.
You know, and
It's been a
there's
long
never
time
been
practice.
a culture ever that was 100% vegan. You know, they have shifted.
Literally.
They're plant-based and Mediterranean and Buddhist, and they have moved towards a culture who was 100% vegan. I don't think has ever existed.
It sounds like it's a natural
Of course
order
not.
kind
It's
of-
stupid.
Yeah.
That's interesting to hear because I'm firmly of the belief that like we are animals. So for me,
Okay.
the natural
Of the belief that we
order
are animals. To yeah, I mean to an extent.
perspective doesn't hold a lot of water.
Do you guys have pets?
I'm sorry.
Perspective. So for me, the natural order perspective doesn't hold a lot of water.
Do you guys have pets?
So sorry. I know I kind of said this earlier, how an animal would eat a human. However, why the fuck don't people don't get mad if you have a fucking pet, for example? You have no problem feeding your fucking pet. Like, if you have a dog, you're not forcing your dog to be a fucking vegan. Why the fuck is he allowed to do his natural fucking shit, but we can't be a natural fucking human? That's some shit that I always have a contingency in problem with, is natural shit. If something is natural to you, I do not agree with or like when people harm or talk badly of shit that is natural to you. It's natural. It's not something that you really have much input on. It's the natural occurrence. And you just like, death is a part of natural occurrences. And even if there was some fucking way that you could try to turn back death, it's not good. You're fucking with something that you should not be touching.
Hunting is only acceptable if it's for food.
I don't agree with that. People hunt for sport.
Oh, wait, I agree with this.
Come on, Britt.
If this was asked first, I would have disagreed. But after hearing your story, it is necessary to an extent.
If you're hunting for food, then you're saying that your life
It's a
is
sport.
more important than that other animal's life.
Yes, it fucking is. It's the natural occurrence of fucking life.
And that is more reasonable to me than saying that your pleasure or your trophy or whatever is more important than an animal's life.
There's also safety, which I now realize, and it's like almost 2 hours if
safety.
you needed a medical emergency evacuation. So yeah, I don't know any killing besides safety and like food, and then we still try to make the most out of the body and the fur, and we'll try to like feed it to the dog team. So
There is just the biology of land, and there's biology of carrying capacity, and there's biology of how these animals have to be, you know, taken care of. I know that if people are not hunting
Animals need to fucking die,
those
bro.
deer are going to starve.
They keep fucking
There's not
populating
enough
themselves
food,
if you
there's
don't
not
stop
enough
them.
water, there's not enough shelter.
Resources in life are you're probably thinking of the word yourself, but I can't think of it. They're limited. You know what I mean? They're there's another word I wanted to say. It was, but they're finite. That's the word. There's only a finite amount of resources, bro. We can't all fucking have it. We can't all have it. We have to fucking fight for it. That's why life is a fucking war. That's why the fuck it is. This is what it is. So you deal with the cards that you're dealt. So you just gotta go through it, bro. What's the rating on this hoodie that she has? I think it's so fire. I love this hoodie. I'm not even lying. Like I've been looking at it this whole time. I thought it was so fire. That'd be so fire on me.
My diet is healthier.
My diet is healthier. Oh, I'm glad he did not go because it's like holy fuck, that's success. That's like they didn't. I actually would think that they would maybe, but they probably don't know details. That's fair. Think that your diet is healthier is crazy, bro.
I chose to come up here because my diet is healthier than when I was not eating a vegan diet. I love a Beyond Burger. Is that healthier than eating rice, beans, and collard greens every day?
Damn, bitch, you was eating rice, beans, and collard greens.
No, it's not. Do I believe that eating plant-based is healthier than eating animal
Oh
products?
no, I wasn't fucking with y'all. I remember what I was trying to look at. She said something about Beyond Burger. Well, I didn't get this one. It's like Beyond like hot dogs or something like that. Shittiest fucking thing I've ever had in my life. I'm talking about literally like I genuinely was like, this is fucking disgusting.
Yes.
And if you're super, super intentional and informed about what you're putting in your body, then it's going to be healthier than someone who's not.
That's also healthier on an emotional and mental level. There's this detachment, this emotional detachment that you're going through when you're eating an animal, and that to me is emotionally unhealthy. I think awareness is one of the healthiest things that we can have.
She's a good person as a whole, probably. Bro, over here, food already costs a lot, and I want you to realize that I paid like $12 just to get that fucking bullshit. I want you to understand how fucking expensive that was compared to me, regular.
Because I feel more empowered, I guess you could say. The definition of veganism is just as far as what is practicable and possible. It's all about doing your best.
Hey, thank
God, it feels so weird to touch people.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Alright. Yeah, I mean, that was right. I don't know. I have a lot of issues with it, sadly. So it says actually the production team deserves a big shout out for putting hunters instead of meat. I don't really get like his whole point. They were hunters, so I guess they could have put meat eaters or they could have put hunters. I can see either or works. I mean, I think hunters would have made the most sense because it's obviously that's what their panel was. Whatever. This guy says something. I don't give a fuck. This guy here says, I don't know. I kind of expected this. I'd rather see meat eaters versus vegans. And, this alone, I'd be like, okay, cool. But then he says, but they would have to vet out the crazy vegan. I'm like, I guess I can see that. Maybe like really crazy vegans, maybe. And pair up some meat eaters that are open to conversation. And then I'm just like, okay, I think most meat eaters would be, like, I don't think against talking about it. But then he says this last part, and this is the last part I don't agree with, and changing their mind, perhaps. Now, I guess he says perhaps, so maybe it's kind of just like, it could happen. But it's just like, it's realistic not gonna fucking happen. So I don't actually have as much problem with this as I guess I originally thought. Yeah, that'd be it. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just thinking about something, but yeah, that's it.